Researchers identified disease-specific reductions in emotional expressivity in Lewy-Body dementia through deep neural network analysis. In a study in mice, researchers found that the COVID-19 virus can infect the retina even when the virus doesn't enter through the eyes. The Philadelphia Health Department is warning travelers of a possible measles exposure at the Philadelphia International Airport. The basic urge to pee is surprisingly complex and can go awry as we age. Most of the sodium that we eat doesn't come from table salt. About 70% comes from ultra-processed foods like breading, chips and deli meats, and canned soups. Sexual activity might help buffer the negative metabolic effects of chronic stress, potentially protecting against conditions like insulin resistance, according to a study of mothers caring for children with autism spectrum disorder. Before heading into a new week, check out some of the top recent stories in health that you may have missed or have been meaning to check out. Here are 7 of the biggest recent stories. Researchers presented their findings over the weekend at the annual meeting of the American Society of Clinical Oncology in Chicago. You don't have to avoid breakfast cereals if you're trying to lose weight. Discover the 8 best cereals for weight loss recommended by dietitians. In this no-sugar-added anti-inflammatory meal plan created by a dietitian, we map out a week of high-protein meals and snacks to improve blood sugar levels. Kids with high BMI were 29 times more likely to have high-fat mass, study finds. Thinking about using a GLP-1 agonist like Ozempic, Mounjaro, or Wegovy? Here are 4 ways to simulate the effects naturally with food and avoid the side effects. Supplements can be a great way to get important nutrients into your diet, but they aren't for everyone. Researchers say the risks associated with obesity for cardiovascular health are greater for adults under the age of 50 than they are for adults over the age of 65. People become vegetarians for a variety of reasons and at different points in their lives. For this man's song, it happened when the boy turned 6. Chinese scientists introduced new cell therapy for asthma, giving hope for lasting relief with just 1 shot. Severely restricting caloric consumption before drinking could reflect deeper mental health struggles. Some believe that it may represent a new eating disorder. The commodification of the activist concept of self-care turned a revitalizing practice into an isolating one. The fox was eventually caught after the incidents around May 29th, in which 3 people in Amsterdam were bit by a rabid fox. Higher rates of smoking in the LGBTQ+ community are leading several Northern California cities to consider restrictions on cigarettes, vapes, and cigars. New preclinical stage research suggests that targeting a specific protein in the brain could help clear toxic amyloid plaques typically linked to Alzheimer's disease progression. An 89-year-old New Jersey man who was arrested after his wife was found tied to a chair at the Brownwood Hotel and Spa has won permission to visit her. Spouses with sleep apnea are unnecessarily putting their marriage vows to the test. It's been a huge increase in the number of egg-freezing patients we're seeing, said Dr. Ali Ghanem, a reproductive endocrinologist at Shady Grove Fertility in Fairfax. So-called sham or placebo surgery can be more effective than more invasive surgery. Later in life, fathers have poorer heart health compared to non-fathers, according to findings from the first longitudinal, multi-ethnic U.S. study to look at fatherhood and cardiovascular health. Johann Hari's book opens a deeper conversation about the pros and cons of injectable weight loss drugs, including whether we really want to trade the pleasure we get from food for losing weight. Abigail Rodriguez says her 5-year-old caught the disease after playing at Pearsall Park during a field trip. More than a quarter of Floridians with cognitive decline are living alone. An immunotherapy drug could spare bowel cancer patients the need for surgery and chemotherapy after results showed it was effective in 100% of cases. Recent research suggests the brain might host its own microbiome, challenging the long-held belief that it is a sterile organ. Scientists have made a breakthrough in genetic research by finding the root of a disorder that causes intellectual disability, which affects about 1 in 28,000 young people. When I first started, I literally knew nothing about fitness. I did what everybody else did, and I turned to social media for guidance, Jenna Rizzo revealed. The second bird flu outbreak in a week hits a commercial turkey operation with nearly 103,000 birds. Last week, an egg facility with 4.2 as birds was hit. Hydration is often overlooked when it comes to muscle mass. Learn from fitness experts why staying properly hydrated helps maintain your muscle mass. Anti-obesity medication, Zepbound, tirzepatide, delivers significant weight loss in people with multiple obesity-related health conditions, a new study found. Millions of children are now caregivers at home without any government recognition, pay or support. Non-profits lend a hand, but the kids need more. Researchers discovered 2 brain regions crucial for social gaze in primates. There is evidence to show that some lifestyle changes can be made to reduce a person's Alzheimer's risk, write Dr. Yogesh Shah and Lauren Livingston. Texas agents used gunfire to eradicate the herd at the RW Trophy Ranch in Terrell. The state had been in a legal battle with the rancher since 2022. This research has significant implications for theories of predictive coding in speech perception. As summer approaches, another series of new strains is on the horizon. SFDPH found 2 cases of H5N1 avian flu at a San Francisco poultry market and in wastewater tests, but no signs of public exposure, human transfer, or illness. Diabetes drugs, Wegovy and Ozempic, containing semaglutides, significantly reduce the incidence and recurrence of alcohol use disorder, AUD.